This is Mark Schofield from Inside the Pylon with another edition of First Sound. I'm continuing my look at Miami University quarterback Brad Kaaya. This is the second video I've done now on the quarterback. The first video covered some of the areas where Kaaya excels. We looked at rhythm, we looked at timing, and we looked at footwork. All three areas where Kaaya is a pretty precise, almost robotic quarterback. Now we're going to look at some areas where I think he needs to improve, and we're going to start with this video on anticipation. Kaaya doesn't have the overpowering arm, let's say, like a Patrick Mahomes has in this class. He's a guy that wins more with timing, with placement, with touch. He meets the threshold to play quarterback in the NFL. It isn't like, this isn't a Kellen Moore situation where he simply doesn't have enough of an arm to make NFL throws. He can do that. But with a quarterback like Kaaya, think Cody Kessler from last year's class. Kessler doesn't have an overpowering arm, but he was a guy that used timing and particularly anticipation to put his receivers in a position to have success after the catch. You anticipate the breaks, you get the ball out while the receiver's just coming into maybe getting out of his break, and that allows the receiver to maintain separation throughout the route, even if the ball doesn't get there with velocity. Because of the anticipation from the quarterback, it gets there still on time with enough room for the receiver to make a move on the defender after the catch. With Kaaya, the concern that I have is when he tries to make anticipation throws, like we see here, the accuracy dips. This first play is against Georgia Tech. It's a 1st and 10 situation early in the second quarter. Ball's on the minus 25-yard line, right hash mark. Kaaya's under center. All three plays, Kaaya's going to start under center here. And we get a good look at him, operating under center, an area where he's pretty proficient, again, getting back to that footwork issue and the good footwork that he shows into and out of the pocket. We're going to get a look at a halfback lead design with a fullback out of the I formation leading to the right. Kaaya will carry out his fake, immediately train his eyes on the X receiver here who's running this deep out pattern. Kaaya does a good job pre-snap. We see single high look here. Safety cheated down. We've got corners both looking towards the middle of the field, looking at the football, showing you zone look. We get the free safety deep in the middle of the field. Can't see him from the screen here. So Kaaya knows as he comes into and out of the fake that he should have this same look here. And the reason being is from this cover 3 look, this corner not expecting any help over the top. So he has to respect this vertical route. So when this receiver pushes vertically, the corner is going to have to gain some depth here. So Kaaya, once he confirms again that the pre-snap look matches the post-snap look, that it truly is cover 3, he knows this receiver pushes vertically, breaks to the outside. He should have some cushion and separation if he runs the route well and sells that vertical, that he should have a chance to make a play here. And that's exactly what happens. Pre-snap, post-snap looks match up. This guy's starting to bail here. Kaaya looks at the halfback to carry out that fake. Comes out of it, immediately trains his eyes on the situation over here. You can see him looking right over here. Receivers pushing vertically, so the cornerback's matching that, maintaining a little bit of a cushion, respecting the vertical route. But Kaaya knows that he's going to break off right around the first down marker. So he tries to make an anticipation throw. Tries to get the ball out, right around the break from the receiver to put him in a position to have success after the catch. See, ball's on his way out. He's just getting into his break now. Tries to make this anticipation throw. The problem is, throw carries too far to the sideline. The receiver does stumble, but I still think that, the placement here is pretty off the mark. And a little bit of a better throw, and you've got a chance there to at least make the completion, because again, the receiver does stumble, but you've got numbers. You've got a lot of room here to work with. Throw comes too close to the sideline and sails out of bounds. Here's a similar look against Virginia. Again, it's I pro left. Get the tight end over here. Z receiver here is going to run the deep out. X is facing press coverage. We'll talk about the coverage in a second. We've got tailback, fullback up front. He's in a little bit of a slide motion here. They're going to show run to the left, another lead look. With the fullback will split out to the right. Tailback's going to run a little out to the left. There's a little split concept here. Kaaya, again, carries out the fake, what does he see pre-snap? Well, let's look at that. We got press corner here over X. The receiver over Z, I mean the corner over Z, he's showing you he's on off coverage. This is a cover 6 look. We've got safety and corner here sort of in a cover 4 look. You got the other safety over here, and this guy in press cover 2 look. So there you go, your cover 6 look. So what does Kaaya know pre-snap? Well, again, corner off, not really expecting any help. He's not going to get any help from this cover 4 side. This safety's got to read his keys and worry about, you know, this area of the field here. He's not going to be helping the corner. So when this corner sees the vertical release from the receiver, again, he's going to have to get depth. Kaaya knows this, the receiver knows this, so Kaaya thinks pre-snap he's got a chance here coming out of that fake to, again, make this throw. And the receiver should be in position to make something happen after the catch. Football on the right hash mark, the receiver cheats down the split a little bit. He's just outside the hash mark, so he's going to have a lot of room after he makes this break to make the catch before the sideline. This isn't an incredibly long throw. It's not like the receiver is going to be starting to throw at the top of the numbers or anything. So Kaaya should be able to get this in there pretty well. Similar to the previous play, everything from snap to the throw looks good. Gets his eyes trained on the running back first, carries out the good fake, immediately pulls out, and again, looking at his receiver here, and then look at the cushion. We don't even see the corner. The corner is bailed. He's expecting vertical route. This is a lot of room. I mean, this is a pretty nice window. Do it this way. This is a pretty nice window here to complete this throw. Again, the receiver is going to be making his break and coming this way any second. That's a big window that Kaaya has to hit here. But again, the placement leaves something to be desired. And again, the receiver didn't fall here or anything. Kaaya just leads and makes this throw and throws it out of bounds almost. I mean, that's a chance for a pretty decent pickup. I mean, it's a 1st and 10 situation. You know, you got a 3-point lead. You know, 2.5 minutes left in the half. You get a chance to pick up a first down here, maybe more. And the throw just goes out of bounds. Now let's look at another play that's not an out route. This is a play against UNC. It's a 4th and 1 situation in the red zone midway through the second quarter. You got the ball on the UNC 25-yard line. It's 4th and 1. You've got basically an 8-8-7 route concept, something I ran in college. You got post route. It was post route here from the tight end. Corner route here on the backside. We get a little cover, basically ends up being a cover 3 look. The corner's down here over the tight end. He's going to run with this route. This corner's going to run with this route. Safety's going to rotate over and pick up the post, and we get zone underneath from the 3 second level defenders as well as the safety over here. Kaaya carries out the fake, immediately picks up what he has here, and this is a good matchup. You get Njoku, this dynamic tight end. He's going to get matched up on a safety. Kaaya carries out the fake, immediately picks up Njoku as he comes out of the fake. Looks to make an anticipation throw. Njoku gets inside of that safety, gets his face across him really well. This backside corner route really holds what we get back here. And there's a chance to make a big play here. Problem is, again, the anticipation throw isn't on the mark. Carries out the fake, pulls the eyes up, picks up his target here, looks to get the ball out. You see the run fake pretty much freezes these defenders here. We've got the corner route here, the post here. Both corners are in sort of trail technique here. Kaaya's throwing that post route to Njoku. The ball's behind him and falls incomplete. This is a really good look at it. Carries out the fake, immediately picks his eyes up. He knew pre-snap that this safety was here, was going to be held a little bit by that corner route, as well as the play action fake. And when he picks up his field of vision here, he knows Njoku's coming to bend this inside. And that safety's well outside of him. He knows that he has a chance for a big play here. So he quickly wheels, starts to make the throw. Look, Njoku's just starting his cut. The ball's coming out. Good throwing lane, too. These guys are down pretty low towards the line of scrimmage, so it's not like you really have to get it over them too much. It's a good throwing lane. Got a lot of real estate here to work with for your tight end. Lead him a little bit, because look where this pass ends up. Almost throws it to the safety, who's well behind Njoku. Again, talk about the throwing window. There's a lot of space there. Better placement, better anticipation, better feel for that, and you get 6. But he leaves it behind him, and it's a turnover on downs. So anticipation throws are an area where you see the accuracy dip a bit with Kaaya. I still think in some context, in some certain schemes and offenses, Kaaya can have success. But given the type of quarterback he is, given the arm strength that he has, anticipation throws are going to be a crucial component of his transition to the National Football League. He's going to need to have more consistency and better ball placement on those throws. That's something the quarterback can work on. All these throws came in this past season when Kaaya was getting introduced to a new offense under Mark Richt. Maybe with some time in another system, a lot more reps in practice or whatever, he'll get more familiarity with the receivers and with the offensive scheme, so we'll see better placement on anticipation type throws. But it's an area where, I think that he can improve upon, and he'll need to improve upon as he transitions to the National Football League. I'm Mark Schofield from Inside the Pylon. Thanks again for watching this edition of First Sound. Please check out all the work we have on InsideThePylon.com, as well as be ready, folks, because April 1st, we are bringing you our first ever Inside the Pylon draft guide. For all information about it, you can go to itpdraftguide.com. We're going to be doing 1 and 3 year projections on all the players we look at. We've got it set up like a complete scouting department with guys at the top, like studs like Jeff Fair, John Ledyard, Dan Hatman, Shane Alexander overseeing everything. We've got positional scouts at every single position, more than one person at each position, so you're getting multiple sets of eyes on each player we look at and on each evaluation that we do. We're going to have other components such as write-ups from players that have gone through the draft, agents that have gone through the draft, and much, much more. So please, I'd invite you to check out itpdraftguide.com and get signed up on our email list today and be the first to get your hands on the first ever Inside the Pylon draft guide.